on 99 for 2. That's 6 for State Alan Lamb on to 48 and 78 for Graham Fowler. On 99 for 2, England winning here by 8 wickets.
Blue skies and sunshine and a band playing in the background. What could be more wonderful for the start of the 3rd Test match at Headingley between England and Pakistan? And what a contrast to the first 2, washed out and drawn. So this really becomes a mini-series, 3 games, and the side getting away to a victory, perhaps in this game, will have a tremendous advantage as the season goes along. Quick look at the teams now. The England side, a surprise there, a surprise to many on the ground. John Embry left out of the team, and David Capel makes his debut. What a thrill for the young man from Northamptonshire, who is in such good form in the matches played recently. Pakistan, they have Abdul Qadir in the side. He was in doubt because of a damaged finger, but he's come through his fitness test okay. And their seam bowling is intact. Well, the toss was won by England, and there must have been a little bit of doubt in Mike Gadding's mind when he decided to bat. Headingley, traditionally on the first morning, has a little bit of life there for the pace bowlers, and Pakistan are well served in that regard. We pick up play now in the first over. It's the 3rd ball. Imran Khan, the skipper, is coming in from the Kirkstall lane end, and is to be Tim Robinson to take strike with 1 run on the board.
And a lot of movement and a shout, and he's out. And certainly that nipped back quite a bit. Tim Robinson gets caught on the back foot.
Good delivery this from Imran Khan. Pitching well outside off stump, nipping back a long way. Certainly hits Robinson in front. Whether the line of the ball would have continued after hitting the pad and would in fact have hit the stumps is another matter, but Robinson's gone for no score. England are 1 for 1, and the pressure on right away.
Well, Imran's certainly getting a little bit excited. Got over. He'll not be disappointed with how the pitch played and how the ball moved a bit in the air. David Gower there all padded up. And John Embry was 12th man for this match. Trying to puzzle it all out there. WASIM AKRAM from the football stand end. He bowled to Chris Broad, who just played leisurely forward and timed that beautifully through the gully area for 4 runs. Certainly Bill Athy there making a deliberate attempt to try and get on his front foot to Imran Khan, and that's why that man is in there, selling it off just in case he gets a little nick onto his pad. But Bill Athy was done by Imran with the 2nd new ball at Lords after he'd made 100, when it certainly nipped back into him, and he's trying to counteract that by really getting onto his front foot there. Delivery, probably not coming back into him like he expected, but again just had a little bit of bounce. That certainly carried well to the keeper, so that's Imran's 2nd strike of the morning. You can see Bill Athy being dismissed here. The ball sat him very wide, but he has been swinging it back a long way, and he caused Athy to play, and he got a little bit away from his body with the bat there, because the ball certainly came back into him. It didn't leave him, but he still managed to get an outside edge. Oh, that's a fine delivery again. A bit of bounce we were talking about. It certainly left Chris Broad, but it was the bounce that probably did him, and I don't think he could do too much about that.
I think we'll find when we have a look at that again, it's very close to being unplayable. I think it pitched about off stump. just outside, but it bounced and left Chris Broad, who got a very hard snick on it. Super delivery. Not very much Chris Broad could do about that. Looking at that scoreboard, England in desperate trouble. Pitch has done a little bit all the time, and now the sun isn't out. There's a bit of cloud cover. It might well do a little bit more.
So it's Imran Khan now to David Gower. And Imran just getting down that leg side a little bit, and David Gower clipping that away. Down just behind square. And oh, we've got a real tangle out there at the moment. David Gower slipping and the keeper falling over the top of him. But all in good humour.
Great way to get off the mark.
That shows us how much bounce there is in the pitch for anything pitched really short. They're taking off a bit from short of good length.
And this really didn't bounce at all. That Mike Gatting could have stood up straight and played that, nowhere near reaching the keeper. So I think a few problems for whoever's going to bat on this pitch.
Still a problem there for Gatting, with the ball coming in sharply from outside off stump. And there's still a problem for the bowler, because umpire David Shepherd is keeping a very, very close look on where he's putting his feet in the follow-through. Abdul Qadir, who could bowl from that top end and bowl into any stuff roughened up. Oh, dear me, must be, yes. Well, prefaced a little earlier by Tom Graveney that Mike Gatting was having trouble getting himself in a position, and that he has been out not playing a stroke on past occasions in test matches. That was very well bowled.
Yes, quite a bit of swing here. Really speaking, that pitched on the off stump, came back a little bit, would have hit middle and off. No question about that. Definitely out.
I'm not quite sure why batsmen hold the bat up that far. I'd have thought they could at least go through the motion of playing the stroke and then pull the bat away if necessary.
Imran to Gower.
And that's gone inside edge, played on. 31 for 5. Well, what goings on here at Headingley this morning, with Imran Khan leading the way with 3 wickets, WASIM AKRAM with 2, and David Gower the last of those 5 to go.
A little bit unlucky here, trying to get out of the way of it. Just getting a bottom corner and dragging it on. And young man making his test debut. He couldn't come in at a worse time. Well, I suppose 5 people have failed. So he really could make a name for himself today. But he's in pretty good nick, and here's David Gower getting out. You see, he starts to play it, tries to pull his bat away, gets a bottom corner and drags it on, and very, very unlucky actually.
Very well bowled. Wicketkeeper still appealing, but I don't know that'll do a great deal of good.
CAPEL still not off the mark and getting in a bit of a tangle here. Ball just going between this boot and the bat. Some of the Pakistan fielders shouting for LBW and some for a catch, I believe.
It's a great moment for David Capel, off the mark. Keep saying to yourself, it doesn't matter. Team's the only thing that matters, but you desperately want not to have your name with the globe against it. Well, he's done that. He's made one, both of them is 8, 40 for 5.
And here comes Madassa.
That's a good stroke there by David Capel. And they don't catch them down the hill here at Headingley. Certainly, considering the rain that's been in Yorkshire this last few weeks, the outfield pretty quick. And that's the 50 up for England, 50 for 5.
4 more runs were added to take the lunchtime score along to 54 for 5, but what a magnificent performance from Pakistan. Their skipper Imran Khan bowled magnificently, so too WASIM AKRAM. In their combination, they made England look very ordinary. It was a magnificent display of bowling. No blame attached to the batsman. It was really tough going out there. Imran Khan 3 for 21 from 10 overs and 1 maiden. WASIM AKRAM 2 for 20. The other 2 bowlers used Abdul Qadir just to see if there might be a little bit of spin out there. There was none when he came from the Kirkstone Lane end. And Madassa just filled in with 3 overs from the football ground end, 2 maidens, no wicket, 4-4. We pick it up now after the luncheon interval. It's the last ball of the 4th over. 6 runs have been added. Mohsin Kamal, the right-hander, is coming in from the Kirkstone Lane end. Ian Botham is taking strike. It was just a gentle little push from Botham. Good indication of the timing and power of the batsman. I think that's missing leg stump by quite a considerable margin. And then some.
Struck both them rather firmly on the toe. Just taking a little bit of time out to let the pain wear off. Ian Botham and debutant David Capel have played very sensibly. And to my way of thinking, have been slightly let off the hook by the absence of Imran and Akram from the attack since lunch.
Well, that was a bit wide and swinging away, and David Capel certainly flung the bat at it. Thick edge, probably could have been a catch for 3rd or 4th slip, but there's nobody there, so he got 4 runs. And that's the 50 partnership between these two in 157 balls. So David Capel doing very well in his first Test match.
And now Botham faces Madassa.
And there's a shout this time, and Ian Botham not really waiting for the umpire, but a little bit wide there, and Ian Botham not getting across to it, and that's the breakthrough that Pakistan desperately wanted, and it's that man Madassa again who's got the breakthrough.
Yes, it's amazing how often up in the commentary box here we say how well people are playing, and if you watch this, it's the away swinger. It's in the right place, but it just drifts away very, very wide, and you see Ian Botham's foot miles away from the pitch of the ball.
Jack Richards taking his place in the middle now, the Surrey wicketkeeper. He's coming, of course, for Bruce French, who's got chicken pox. Again, Mudasa using the crease, going wide there and bowling the in-swing, and it certainly came back a long way.
He's a very, very useful bowler, this fella. Varies his pace, uses the crease, swings the ball both ways.
Well, marvellous piece of cricket there, wideish half volley. David Capel really giving it the treatment, and an absolutely marvellous piece of fielding there. Again, a little bit of movement out of the seam. This time just getting an edge. And 3 runs there to David Capel. That was a definite edge, and it's just about carrying, almost on the half volley. Difficult to tell for sure.
Salim Malik, the man at first slip. Richards comes forward, clear edge. Malik doesn't move straight away, and it pitches well in front of his outstretched fingers.
And now it's going to be Imran Khan making a comeback into the attack. He felt that he's probably kept one of his main bowlers off for quite a long time, and he was just trying to fiddle an odd wicket or two before himself and WASIM AKRAM probably came back.
Good looking shot from David Capel. It'll go all the way to the boundary for 4 runs. Well, it certainly should have been 4 runs if the player's in contact with the rope. When he fields the ball, it is a boundary. See, the ball doesn't reach the rope. The player's in contact with the rope when he touches the ball back. That is 4 runs and should have been given as such.
England will hope for further recovery from this pair. Bruce French out of this match with chickenpox. 100 comes up now. WASIM AKRAM. No third man for certain runs.
And it's good, sensible stuff, this, from David Capel. A bit of width, and he flat batted it.
Well bowled, yes. Very well done. That's a lovely delivery. It swung so late. And it swung a long, long way. Whether it swung too far would have been in the batsman's mind as he waited for the umpire's decision.
An absolutely first-class piece of bowling. You see, Jack Richards, in fact, gets himself in such a position that he can't even play a shot at it. That is absolutely plumb.
That's a fine shot there by Capel. And that brings his 50 up in his first Test match, so he'll be very pleased with that and a very happy young man tonight. Had a struggle for his first few overs, but since then he's played forward, which is the right thing to do on this wicket. He's played straight, and he's not been frightened to hit the bad ball. And that's out, caught and bowled. A good catch. The bowler Running through, the ball hit back pretty firmly above his head, but he caught it quite cleanly without any problems at all. And that's David Capel gone, but he can be justly proud of his efforts in his first test match. You can see David Capel's dismissal again, going to drive it, not giving it the full treatment, but he hit it pretty hard, and that's not an easy catch when you're bowling pretty quick and running through and the ball comes back a foot to 18 inches above your head. So pretty good catch there by Kamal. So England now 133 for 8 and really in pretty serious trouble now here at Headingley. Now there's a shout for that, and Philip Evans not looking at the umpire, just a little outside edge as it moved away, and Youssef doing the rest. So England now in real trouble.
Kamal pitching this one a little bit further up. Very little foot movement by Edmonds, and a straightforward nick through to the keeper. England 133 for 9. Mohsin Kamal coming into Neil Foster.
And that's out. Neil Foster caught it slip by Salim Malik, and that's the 3rd wicket there for Kamal. So he's had a good little spell at the end there, picking up 3 wickets very quickly indeed.
Mohsin Kamal getting the ball well up, and at the 2nd attempt, Salim Malik just clutching onto that one. So the England innings finishes at 136.
Well, nothing there to have English supporters jumping in delight. 136, a dismal scorecard other than for that tremendous partnership between Botham and David Capel playing in his first match. Very fine performance from him. He didn't just show determination, a ton of grit and a good mental approach. He also played some very handsome strokes and thoroughly justified the selector's decision to include him in the final 11. 136, and the bowling figures for Pakistan very impressive. It was their day. I thought they bowled beautifully, particularly Imran Khan and WASIM AKRAM. I really couldn't work out why they didn't come on again after lunch, and I think if they had been on, it would have meant England's final total was fewer than eventually was the case. Madassa a wicket, Mohsin Kamal 3 for 22. So there's plenty of movement there in the air and off the seam for the Pakistan bowlers. Would there be the same for the England bowlers? Well, we pick it up now in the 3rd over, 5 runs on the board. Dilly is the bowler coming in from the Kirkstall lane end, and he's bowling to Shoaib Mohammed.
A bit of outswing there and a good thick edge going through gully. No 3rd man, so that's 4 runs. First slip there, our 2nd slip, John Embry, who's left out of the side today, was fit but was left out. He's feeling for Ian Botham, who's gone to hospital for an X-ray on a foot injury or toe.
David Capel going to have his first bowl in Test match cricket from the Kirkstall lane end. He'll be taking over from Graham Dilly.
The introduction to the bowling side of the game.
It's going to be Neil Foster then to bowl from the football stand end. He'll be bowling to Shoaib.
Well, the breakthrough they wanted. Foster hasn't always had his direction right, nor his length. But he got it right that time, and Jack Richards was there to take the catch. First wicket down, Shoaib Mohammed goes 22 for 1.
A similar dismissal to that which dismissed Shoaib at Old Trafford off Neil Foster. Just leaving him late. And England get their first success. Pakistan 22 for 1. Here's Foster to Mansour.
Well, Edmonds probably wishes they'd put Robinson in there. He was going in. Edmonds then was finally called in by Gatting. The ball flew very, very quickly past Edmonds' good hand, his left hand.
And this should have been a wicket. First ball from Mansour. It flies at catchable height. Edmonds stretches out his left hand, but it goes straight through.
Neil Foster now to Madassa. There's a shout there, and yes, there's no hesitation at all from umpire David Shepherd. Certainly Madassa playing well across there with his leg and playing across the front leg with his bat.
Yes, I think Madassa knew that. As soon as he hit him, you'll find that he got his front pad far too far across. Didn't let his bat get round the corner at all. Hit him right in front, would have knocked the middle stump out.
Oh, that was straight in there to John Embry. A very easy catch as catches go at slip, and down it went. That's 2 off Foster tonight. It's gone through there.
Yes, the 12th man here. Very, very good delivery to get early on. Little outside edge, straight in, and he can't believe it. Can't believe it. He is such a good catcher.
And another chance there. That wasn't an easy one. It was just short, and the batsman certainly flashed at that one. It went pretty quick. John Embry going to his right, just got one hand to it. Not an easy chance by any means, that.
Poor old John Embry. He's having a rough old time in the slips there. But this is a real flash, and it went very, very quickly indeed.
5 more runs added to take the final score for the day for Pakistan up to 76 for 2. And poor John Embry, 2 chances down as 12th man. He'll remember the substitute fielder's role for many a long day, I should think. 24 to Mansour Akhtar, and that most enthusiastic night watchman, Salim Yusuf, is in there 4 not out and trying tonight, with just a few moments to go, to take apart the England attack. The bowling figures for England: Foster 2 wickets and could have had 2 more. Bowled pretty well after a sluggish start. His direction and length weren't all that good early on, but Gatting persevered with him, with Botham out of the attack. Incidentally, the news on Botham at the close of play was that there is no break in the bone, but it is his foot is very badly bruised, and he's been recommended to have 36 hours rest. Now, I don't know if Botham will wear that. I think he may be out there tomorrow if he can manage to run up. I think you'll find him out there practicing, at least to see if he can get through a fitness test. Phil Edmonds, 4 overs, 1 maiden, no wicket for 13. But it was Pakistan's day, no doubt about that. This second day, Pakistan's